Hello, everyone out there in the great wide internet verse and what have you. I am the one, the only, Flintworth. Hi. Whew. I wish you could have been here for the last 40-some minutes. Oh my goodness. For those who are watching this, most likely when the recording was up later, but normally the viewpoint of this whole shot is coming from that side of the room, and that's because I normally have everything set up differently. I've been recording stuff for one of my mainstream series, which would be Creature Creator, which is kind of like this show, but more planned out. And I had just gotten done filming for that, and had to get ready for this. So I'm a bit discombobulated, but that's fine. It's fine because I am excited. I am thrilled to be talking about the Huntress. Huntress from Dead by Daylight in honor of the Halloween season. Because if this is your first time watching anything that I do, I'm big on Halloween. I'm big on horror. I've done so many guides as is, which I recommend you taking a look later on. Preferably not now if you do end up watching this live. By watching my other stuff. Little bubble in my throat. Because to me, this is the time. This is the moment of the year to organize a few happy little one-shots or scenarios for your long-running campaigns in honor of one of the best holidays of the year. But I realize now, I just realized that I have been quiet this entire time. Oh, that's fun. That's great. Oh. Okay, let me restart. Gotta love tech issues. I've been talking probably to myself for a hot second there. Oh gosh, that is embarrassing. Okay. That's par for the course. You know what? That's fine. It's fine. I will just start it from here again. So let's put the theme music on for a little bit. Hopefully we'll play. There we go. Play a little bit. Okay, how did I start over from there? And hi, hello there. I am Flintworth, and welcome to Creature Workshop, the show where I help you go and brainstorm all kinds of wacky, zany, on-the-fly player builds, homebrewed monsters, the works. And today, we are going to be talking about the Huntress. Yes, one of my favorite killers from Dead by Daylight. And I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to it a lot. Because if you know anything about my channel, about all the guides that I do, I tend to talk a lot about various horror characters, monsters, you name it. I've done a few occasional, video game characters before. A few superheroes here and there, but nothing like, I've talked actually a lot about Friday Nights at Freddy's. I didn't say I haven't talked about any kind of horror video game characters. But the point is, on the workshop, I haven't really focused too much on the spooky. If I wanted to do that for this time of the year because October, because Halloween, it's the time to talk about those things. It's the time to go and run Halloween one-shots. It's the time to talk about how to really create some fun, spooky stuff. And I really wanted to, put together something that I thought would be fun, well, to not just have it for this time of the year, but like year-round. And that's discussing, well, how would one go about making a character based on the Huntress, who, if you know anything about the lore, so to speak, of the backstories of Don't Look Back, Dead by Daylight. It's that it's almost kind of like a hellscape of constant torture and torment. It's a fun way to kind of frame how, yes, you're playing a video game where you're playing various matches to escape from some random whack job, typically by repairing generators or maybe escaping through a trapdoor. Regardless, it's constant game of cat and mouse meant to go and suck all the hope from the survivors trapped in this hellish domain. And in this hellish domain, there are various killers, the Huntress being one of them. And the entity that has brought them all to this one place tends to choose those with various backstories that, how would you say, are not, well, typically happy. And the Huntress is no different. Now, I am paraphrasing a little here, but the Huntress is essentially was, as I always kind of saw her, kind of a mix of a lot of your various kind of classic grim fairy tales. Specifically, I want to say Goldilocks and some light. With actually, maybe not even that. Maybe more like Little Red Riding Hood, if she was raised by the huntsman in the woods. Bottom line, grew up in the woods with her mother, basically hermits. Mother unfortunately passed away, leaving the daughter to fend for herself. To which she basically kind of went a little bit feral. And over time, as she got older, kind of wanted a kid of her own. Well, typically she would do that by kidnapping other kids while fending off any of those unfortunate to come into her woods. And there's like so much to love about the character because she is the strong woman, I believe from Russia, who just tosses axes like they were throwing knives. Now that's not really an accurate description. She just has a mean arm and one hell of an aim to her. Providing, if you're not like me, you can actually aim well with her in game. But the key thing is that she does it all while humming a lullaby that her mother used to sing to her, which gives her this kind of creepy tune. It was like this audible, I don't want to say tick, but kind of theme music that's always present when she's ever in your area. It's like similar to Michael Myers, or even I would even say like Jason Voorhees, but it comes from her, which is just it's cool, it's great. Which is why I thought it'd become a fun challenge to not necessarily go and try to brainstorm ways how to play a monster version of her to go after your players, because frankly you can just go and I don't know, I usually say like the Berserker stat block in 5e would be a good choice to go with, but I would say trying to like find anything to play with that kind of a character. But if you wanted to play as her as a player, like what kind of player build would that be? What kind of like stats and this role playing alone? I mean, she's kind of a mute, doesn't really say anything like most of the killers. But yeah, I thought it was kind of fun to recreate and see how we go about it. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, let me go and bring this up over here. Now, in case you're wondering, if you're watching this pre-recorded, why I'm facing this way instead of usually that way is because I just got done filming the narration track for my upcoming Michael Myers Halloween guide video. And I had to quickly throw this all together. So, I'd be a little bit jarring, but we'll work it out. We'll get used to it. But okay, let's see here. I first need to go and bring up my bread and butter of these kind of videos. Now, have you ever seen me before, or this is your first time? I am a follower of the Roll20. I know that's not everyone's favorite. I know there's very many options you can use, like D&D Beyond, just basic, pencil and paper. But I play a lot of games online, and It's very convenient for doing stuff like this. And, yeah. It has one of my favorite features, and frankly, also I use it a lot because I've bought so much on it already. That'd be a waste of money to not use it. Ugh. But, let me go, almost ready here. That's... It comes with this little handy-dandy character maker. Now, to do that, I'm going to go and first get myself a character sheet to mess with. And there, oh, look at there's our past characters I've made. There's Toshiko, the Onryo. And, I'm not sure if you can see. I need to resize this real quick. Give me a hot second here. There we go. Perfect. All right. But yeah, I have my past characters. You should go check those out if you want to go and try to play as Sadako. I guess, which is also another, technically, a Dead by Daylight killer. I'm so surprised she's in the game. But we're not here to talk about her. We are here to talk about the Huntress. Alright, so give myself a character sheet here. That's fine. I don't have a name for her just yet. So for now, I'm going to just call her Huntress. Hunt Jess. I hate myself. I shouldn't call her that, but that's fine. I'll probably think of someone else as I go along. All right. Now, the nice thing about any kind of, character build I like to do here is that, quite frankly, there is already so many options to go with. I say options like resources you can use. I know that there's some places online where Wizards of the Coast actually goes and provides some basic stuff you can use. I myself have a lot of various resources and manuals already embedded inside my account, which you might see today. And also within the suggestions I bring up today, my advice, it's really, up to you. If you want to change things around, go for it. If you think something's wrong, tell me. Or if you have something better in mind, also tell me. I would love to hear your suggestions and thoughts on how to make this better. Right? Because better is good. I like better. Better is fun. So, let's go to the character sheet and bring up the character Mancer. Cool. Cool. Alrighty. Race time. Now, if you want to try to go with like a classic take on the Huntress as a player, I suppose, humanoid would work, but I'll probably go with that for the sake of this video. Other races I would probably recommend, just for the sake of flavor and fun, might be like going as like a lizard folk, because they would have some of those kind of fun, true neutral-esque tendencies that I feel like someone like the Huntress would be, inclined to play like, so to speak. But let's see. Even still, human's probably the way to go. Although I do love the idea of a Aasimar. I don't know why. Just enjoy the thought that here you are playing some kind of like backwoods murderer that is actually part angel as well. It just makes for kind of fun roleplay, fun kind of lore building up if I was like DMing for that. And you can't ever go wrong with a little bit extra flair, so to speak. All right. Right now, I am bringing up a wiki page. Going to help with our inspiration here. So make sure I really go and try to get this as close as I can to the character. And here we go. So this is the Dead by Daylight fandom wiki. And here's a few things I wanted to point out. One is I was right. She is Russian, and she does have aliases of Bear, which is good. There's one thing I wanted to check out. Yeah, when it comes to making any kind of builds, never be afraid to do your research. whether it's before, during, or after, because so many of these things just could spark your creativity in so many ways. Let's see. I could swear it was her. Maybe think of a different character. I think I may have been thinking of not the Trapper, not the Poltergeist, the Wraith. Yeah, he was coerced to be evil. She's very much true neutral, I would say. Neutral evil, maybe, perhaps? That does kind of strike a little bit of like a balance we would probably have to find. But what I recommend, if you're going to try to, be like the Huntress, but kind of like a nice creative twist to it, would probably be to start off the character like right before she might have go and killed someone in her woods. So you kind of have this, gives your DM the chance to kind of help you to kind of play out whether do they go down the evil path and being the bloodthirsty murderer, or they go with like being exposed to their friends and people around them, particularly more towards good. And speaking of which, never try to do something like this without talking to your DM. More often than not, most DMs I know would be happy to try to make build something like this up. It's just, it's as good. What's the word I'm thinking of? Come to me later. It's just the right thing to do, to talk to your DM about trying to run a potentially evil character that you're trying to make good in some ways. But who knows? He could be totally evil too, and just happens to be working with the party for their own devices. In that case, lawful evil would be a good choice as well. But for the case of this video, I'm going to say true neutral for now. So just basically a neutral. Humanoid, medium, speed, yeah, that's probably good options there. Languages. Now, she doesn't really talk much in the game, but you're going to have to talk a little bit in D&D. It's just kind of like a, I want to say, right? It's just, you can't play a game like D&D, which is a very social game, without having to say a thing or two. Let's see. In this case, common, that goes without saying. Probably be the one we need to make sure we have, which is already a yes there. But honestly, I'll try to go for Sylvan for a very important reason, actually. See, I treat a lot of like the sing-songy fairy tales, as the way to go. Because think about it, that when your players find out like, that your character might be humming kind of like some fairy tune, it just kind of sets up that maybe your character may have been lost in the wild, has a little bit of that fairy touch, or better yet, because very much you would want to find some way to tie in that singing into your character proper, that maybe you can say that the Sylvan tunes were actually inspired by the tunes, the fairies of the woods your character comes from, to lure in other people. So yeah, gonna play up that a bit more. Not true. Might have to take a few feats to actually, use it as a character, or I should say as a player, for it to have the same effect. But just the little tiny lore touch. That song she sings all this time to herself, our dear partner. Yeah, that's the song that my brother was kidnapped by. Oh, it'd be fun. Let's see. I'm also going to put on some tunes here so we have some background noise while I think. Anyway, subrace probably would keep it as is under standard, because nothing's scarier than a human that's basically like you or me with extraordinary abilities. class. So this is the one I thought long and hard about. I'm actually inclined to say Ranger in this regard. I know Ranger is not the strongest of classes, so to speak. It does have its struggles, but the thing I like about it more is that I always saw, I mean, every one of these classes have, you know, some inherent strength to them. Like, for instance, barbarians are like you're ready to go if you want to be more combat-y. Bard is now good for this more social situations. Wizards for mental games. So to me, Ranger is kind of like the exploration role play. Like, they're designed, I think, to me, when they're at their best, when they're not used or focused more on like the range attacks, but more on their tracking and just survival abilities, which is to me very inherent in the Huntress's just background. So that's why I would go with it, honestly. I could see Fighter being a good alternative, and maybe even Berserker. Or sorry, not Berserker, Barbarian. Apologies. Just with how, like, well, wild she is. But she doesn't really go into a rage. She's very controlled and quiet, which frankly be kind of fun to roleplay as you have this crazed out battle with all your party members, and your character the entire time is just almost towing the zone, like the predator they are. It's kind of fun. Anyway, skill proficiencies. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Survival, big one. I would say nature and animal handling, probably not so much. I guess it's kind of like, you know, where your play style preferences would come into play here, I should say. If you want to see the character be more of like a true tracker, investigation would probably be good to go. If you want to have them like a sixth sense, being able to kind of like being one with nature, perception would be really good. Stealth would be a good option for like to play up the like the hunter stalking side of things. Athletics to play up the chase. In my case, what I love most about the Huntress is probably just how. If I was gonna play with her, I would probably like deal with the track more than anything. So I would see investigation is the one I would go. Favorite enemy. Well, if you want to play straight the Huntress, it'd be humanoid races, and well, I could just say humans, and take your pick with the other one. Maybe I'm gonna pick one off the top of my head. Elves, frick it, because they're in the woods a lot too. Favorite enemy language. Well, yeah, Sylvan actually Elvish. There you go, perfect for the language. Deft Explorer. More languages. It's funny considering Natural Explorer. Let's see. Favorite terrain. Well, if we go with Huntress, it's gonna definitely be forest. More language proficiencies. For someone who's meant to be kind of quiet, having all of these would be kind of fun. In fact, you might have to rely roleplay wise more on just, yeah, you can talk, you know, a lot of languages, but you're just kind of the silent observer, having to describe the actions of your character more. Like, I think I called her Jess. Jess, what are your thoughts? Well, Jess walks up, nods, and points onto the map where she's going to be. Steps back. That kind of role play. I always wanted to do that. Play a character who's just silent. Can talk, but chooses not to. Be really creepy. In this case, I like the idea of. I just like, frankly, the idea of playing a hunter who knows all these languages, but typically sings like the various lullabies of the language's origin. So like, the fairy song would be, sufficiently creepy. I think, having like an abyssal or even infernal related lullabies would be really creepy as well, to kind of really show off your anger. And let's see. Yeah, survival, I think, would be the bonus ability score. Yep. Oh, I know this here. Foe. Cool. Moving right along. Ability score method. Now, if you ever watched me make a character before, I'm a fan of rolling for stats and rolling until you at least get 118. Nope. 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 Gosh. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. 118. That only took like a lot to get. Okay. So let's see here. Well, normally I would say, boosting up dexterity, strength would be the good ones. I think wisdom actually would be a good starting one to really play up the kind of, I want to say street smarts, but like forest smarts. Because the Huntress doesn't strike me as someone who is, well, dumb. They do have like some education, maybe not like book smarts, but definitely some kind of wisdom to living out in the woods for as long as they have by themselves. I guess that's where I would kind of then focus on like the second one would be strength or dexterity. Dexterity probably better if you want to have them be focused more on like the throwing axes. I think I'd follow up with strength and constitution at the 14s. Charisma. Actually, no, take that back. I take that back. Give the 14 to the charisma, so you really can then use that to intimidate later on down the line. Leaving intelligence for 9 and strength for 12. Yeah, there we go. It's a good spread. Very good spread. Background. Hermit. Let's see. More language proficiencies. Oh, for someone who doesn't talk, they're gonna be almost like the ultimate interpreter. Let's see here. I see that my fiance is suggesting to me I should make her a ranger, which I already did. I'm glad that we are of the same mind, my beloved. Do you want to come say hi? There's no one here yet, but at least can have it on so much as pre-recorded.
My messy face.
That's okay, messy too. Come on in.
I'm coming. I don't know where the camera is.
Say hi. There we go.
And there's Tifa over there.
There, yeah.
I was gonna feed her.
Okay.
And then make dinner. So.
Good. I like food. Food's great.
I'm gonna do that. I'm trying not to make too much noise.
Okay. So. Let me pick another one. Draconic. Okay, remember saying be able to also know and speak Draconic. Can't imagine what kind of dragon songs there would be. And I'm not just saying that because of being a fan of Final Fantasy XIV Online, which you should play. It's free to play up until it's award-winning.
Final Fantasy with the award-winning expansion Heaven's That's free trial of free.
I was gonna say the joke.
No, I'm sorry. I got excited.
I can tell. Anyway, Life of Seclusion. Let's figure out why. I mean, you can always write in your own, but for the sake of this stream, I'm gonna pick one here. Probably this one. I retreated from society after life-altering event. You can then take a cue from the Huntress's backstory and say, yeah, your mother was killed. Your parents were killed. Doesn't always have to be the mother. Let's see, personality traits. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna roll for these because start to kind of change up a little. Because I'm not here just to go and play one for one. I want to go and like recreate the spirit of the Huntress with my own twist on it. And let's see, the first one I got was personality traits. I often get lost in my own thoughts and contemplation, becoming oblivious to my surroundings. Okay, I see how I can play that out to be a little bit creepy. I connect everything that happens to me to a grand cosmic plan. There we go. This was a better one. Okay, I'm gonna choose a few of these. Sue me. I'm oblivious to etiquette and social expectations. Perfect. Ideal. Let's see. None of these really work entirely. Let's see. Powers. Gonna see live and let live for now, because that kind of gives a nice little baseline for what we're trying to go for here. Bond. Why would someone like this kind of come out of isolation? Enter seclusion because I love someone I could not have. Okay. Kind of plays up the whole family bonds of the character we're inspired by here. And flaw. Spooky, tall, and likes to kidnap children is not really a flaw I think I could put down here. Perfect. I harbor dark, bloodthirsty thoughts. My isolation and meditation failed to quell. Oh, that'd be perfect for a Huntress build. So we're going to choose that one. How would you like to choose your equipment? Class equipment. Wee. All right. Definitely leather armor. Choose any of the simple weapons. Axes. All the hand axes. I'm not. Great club. Maybe even great, but no. Probably have just more hand axes. Let's see. Probably Explorer's Pack. Yeah, not sure maybe those notes you actually would use, but that's fine. No spells just yet. No feats. Okay, bio time. Well, we know her name's Jess for now. I'm gonna make her a nice solid 20. No, 18. I want the nice wild girl to be just an adult, ready to do some damage. Height, just kind of taller than usual, so let's go with 6 feet. Weight, yes. Eyes, 2. Now, we'll say like dark, really, dark blue. Yeah, dark blue. Hair, messy brown. Yeah, messy, tangled brown. I mean, all these aren't really important, but for roleplay purposes, I kind of like to take the time to fill them out. Skin, pale. Not a pale. I saw it in the woods a lot. If she's based in Russia, it'll be white. All right. Okay, that's all the preliminary stuff. Now let's get to the fun parts, the real meat and potatoes of these kind of build videos. Let's take a look at character manager level plus, which is in layman terms how you add on extra levels to all of this. Okay. I like to usually go up to level 5. And some keeper just have straight rangering. So let's do all 5. Perfect. We'll take the average for the sake of time. Archetypes. This is the fun one. Huh. I have a few here. 2 Beastmasters, a Fey Wanderer, Gloomstalker, Horizon Rocker. Let's go with the Gloomy Stalker. Let's make sure that's the one I kind of want. Does it tell me here? It does not. Stalker Magic, Dread, Ambusher, Umbral Sight. Okay. I like how, I wish you could see this. I'm just going to point this a little bit real quick. How my dear housemate tried her best to be quiet, but unfortunately this mic is so powerful it's picking up everything. Yay, chicken tendies. Oh my gosh, is there enough room on that?
I will figure it out. Turn the camera around. Streaming. Focus.
I am focusing. That's the kind of fun of streaming. You get to have, wild shenanigans live on camera. Besides, you missed it. I started off this whole thing with a minute of me talking to the camera without the mic on.
Oh.
Oh, that was good.
Good stuff.
I'm going to have to cut that out later.
That's good stuff right there. Well, now that I'm making all this noise, I'll just keep making noise. Bang, 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 bang. Clank. Bang, clank.
Nothing spookier than a noisy housemate.
Ooh, I'm opening your cabinet.
Not my cabinets, no!
She's just straight away saying,
Okay. Fighting style. Technically archery. Thrown weapon fighting. That's what I want. Okay. We'll go over in detail what this all will help add to this build afterwards. Okay. Ability score increase time. I frankly would probably increase dexterity the most. Because I want to be able to chop off the wings of a fly in at 50 yards. That's the spells. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. Oh yeah, she'd totally have Cure Wounds. No, she would not. Let's see. Fog Cloud, probably. Because you want to go and really play up the fact that the Huntress is meant to, well, she's meant to hunt. But no, I want to kind of really both strike fear, but really allow you to play out the scenarios of her just slowly stalking her prey, and then being totally aware that she is on the way. And just to have them trip over in the small branch or get caught in a tree. Just, it'd be fun to role play out. Let's see here. Nice thing is you can always switch these out. But let's see. Let's go down the line here. Elements, no. Friendship, no. Beast Bond, Key Runes, Deck Magic, Ensnaring Strike, definitely. And, well, actually, you know what? Hey, you, come here.
Hey, me.
Come here.
Hi.
I see you're going nuts off screen. So for those who aren't aware, this is you want to go? Yes, you already know that you're my fiance, but this is Layla, our chickadee. Come on in.
Reading.
But she is my main go-to ranger.
I play a ranger.
Yeah.
Have you considered speak with animals?
No, because
Have you considered snare?
Yes.
Have you considered long strike?
Okay, hang on. The list is right here.
What does Hail of Thorns do again?
I could see snare.
And ensnaring strike, snare. I would say.
Getting closer.
I'm here.
There you go. Now they can see you in a little box.
Is she tough, hard to hit? Because you could do bark skin. If she's tough. I don't know.
I think that could work because I mean, she is very obvious and she doesn't really stalk. She kind of slowly walks up and then starts throwing axes at you. So yeah, bark skin would be a way to kind of boost your defense.
Mm-hmm.
Bee sense might
pick
be.
Entangle?
I thought I did.
Let me just double check Entangle.
Entangle, yeah.
Yep, Grasping Weeds, Sprout, and Restrains.
That one.
No?
I was looking at Beast Sense right here.
She is Dark Vision and Enhance ability, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can see you your thing is weird and highlighted funky.
And I'll show you I did that.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, yeah, dang it. Go down again.
Oh, I can only add 4 spells. That's why it's blocked them off. So
Oh, why is she level 1 character?
level 5 now.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. Rangers don't have a lot of spells, so you have to pick yours very carefully.
Yep.
Out of all of these, I'd say unless she's a race that already has dark vision, I would choose dark vision.
Yep. Nope.
Otherwise, enhancing ability is pretty good. Locate animals or plants. Pass without trace if she's got the ability that like makes her go kind of invisible and then kind of appear out of nowhere could work pretty well.
I do like dark vision. They kind of really increase your accuracy. So I'm gonna go with that.
Especially in the dark. But yeah, I mean, for stronger builds, pass without trace will like be horrible for your players fighting this because it makes you basically invisible.
Well, I mean, no, this isn't. We're not building a monster. This is for a player.
Oh, pass without trace. If they get to level 10, absolutely should take that spell.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite spells.
Yeah.
It's like the best spell.
Yeah.
Like, I recommend anybody who does any stealth whatsoever needs pass without trace, like for real. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna put the stuff in there.
Okay.
I hope I helped.
But thank you, my resident ranger expert.
Did that help? Did I actually?
Yes, it helped. So, yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Bow.
Where's the camera?
It's right there.
Whoa.
There you
Okay.
go. Okay.
I'm not good at this.
You're good at it.
I mean, I'm not used to the camera. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Like, where's the camera? Anyway.
Yeah. So. Okay. So now that we have our level 5 Gloomstalker Ranger, let's go review what we've made here today. So for starters, she has about 38 hit points. That could change based if you're gonna roll for or health or what have you. I did the average, that's I got 38. Member class is 15, which is kind of solid for a level 5 character. I can see that kind of going up if you added more to is it dexterity or con for that? No, that is probably for the leather armor. Curious. Take that off. Change it all. Let me do what I want it. Let's see. Nope, yep, that actually helps out her dex, so leave that on. There you go, cool. All right, anyway. So 15, not that bad. Speed is 30, initiative is 8, so you're having essentially a character that is quite nimble on their feet. Probably not as nimble as a rogue you might have in the party, but certainly nimble enough that they are agile. They could, probably do some good scaling here. Favorite enemy we did mention before was basically humanoids, so humans and elves. Had them in the woods. But here's the big thing I wanted to see was the gloom stuff. So at 3rd level with this kind of a build, you see here, you can master the art of ambush. You give yourself a bonus to your initiative rolls equal to your wisdom modifier. Instead of your first turn of each combat, your walking speed increases by 10, which lasts until the end of that turn. This really helps you kind of recreate that hunter strike on your opponents. If you take the attack action this turn, you could then make one additional attack as part of that action. So full on your turn, walk up and start throwing axes left and right and almost fillet them. I guess a good way to kind of think about it would be like the other killer from Dead by Daylight, whose name escapes me right now. The pop singer. Shucks. The name will probably come back to me later. Moving on. But Umbral Sight. Umbral Sight, they already have Dark Vision. So knowing that, I'm going to go back and change out that one spell. Probably Enhanceability then. You can see even us experts, including my resident ranger expert, we're not all knowing at times. But now knowing that, I'm gonna go and change that out. with... Where's the spell? There it is. The thing I like about Roll20 is you can drag and drop stuff right onto your character sheet. There we go. Enhanced ability. One thing I do kind of like is you also get a rope trick. I haven't seen that one in a while. Basically, you kind of do the classic snake charmer rope. Becomes almost sentient. It can be do all kinds of wacky things, which might be totally on par to what the Huntress is supposed to do, but it's fine. That's fine. But the key things I like though is that you get like disguise self and speak with animals, which if you want to do a little bit of her kind of like, I mean, in touch with nature, maybe explain that a lot of it comes from her fae exposure. But it gives you the starting class that has a good boost to survival and just out exploring kind of bonuses, which in a party usually filled with like a healer, some kind of mage, and maybe typically an attacker, can be really handy when you try to go and hunt down something, anything really. You're gonna be the go-to tracker, especially if you're one of the baddies you're following gets away, or you lose a prisoner, or have to go and rescue someone before they get taken out themselves. There's a lot of scenarios I can see it playing out to be kind of fun to use something like this. Personally, I could see all of this be improved. Maybe Rogue was the way to go. Not exactly sure. Either way, I think, yeah. I think that... I'm curious to see how we'll do with a Rogue. Enough time. Yes or no? But I guess the big thing I wanted to kind of bring up at this point is, hey, open it up to the floor out there. If you're watching this now, let me know your thoughts. If you're watching this later on, once this the recording does get posted, what do you think? How would you go and create a Huntress character? Normally I would go and like post this up on the character sheet, but I think this time around I'm gonna leave it not there for now, because frankly I think this can be improved. I'm not sure, because I know that also the rules have changed too, that all this could be easily negated in no time at all. So I'll leave it as it is. But I think I might go and cut this one short here for now. I mean, I was going to make these streams that long as is. A lot of these don't get too much viewership live, and I kind of wanted to make these nice, short, and simple. Regardless, thank you for if you do watch this later on, if you're watching this now, cool. Thanks for like hanging out with me, even despite all the tech issues at the start. If you watch this later on pre-recorded, hey, thank you for watching this far in. Hope you enjoyed the shenanigans and my typical weekly ramblings. Next week I'll probably be looking at, I've been debating it for a while now, either the Trapper or another favorite killer of mine from Dead by Daylight, the ever creepy nurse. We'll see. I do want to talk about the Legion, but I'm not sure many of you out there actually like it. Better yet, if you have any requests, I do want to at least talk about 3 of the killers by the end of the month. So, let me know if you have any suggestions that way, because I would love to hear them. In the meantime, if you haven't yet, go check out my other stuff. I have, especially my Creature Creator videos. They're much more... what's the word I'm looking for here? Streamlined? They're shorter for sure, but they also I think are more refined to give you like, I like them, I'm proud of them, and especially if you're looking to run any kind of games for Halloween, go check those out. If you do like those, and we're looking forward to my Halloween video. I can say with certainty that I'm currently, knock on wood, on course to have my one for Halloween based on Michael Myers done in time for the Monday following the release of the latest one, which should give you, if you're planning to use the advice I have there, about 2 weeks to plan any games for Halloween. Looking forward to seeing it, putting it up. I wrote the longest script yet for it. Most of my scripts are around 6 to 8 pages. This one was 12. And I have a lot of stuff. I probably could go on for hours, but I wanted to make sure I at least chopped it at some point. But it should be fun, be good. Might see some new models there. And yeah, and naturally, if you haven't yet, consider liking and subscribing. If you don't, that's totally fine. I love you either way. And if I don't see you before the end of the month, hope you all have a fantastic Halloween. And may be filled with all the frights, spooks galore, and yeah. Stay awesome either way. Take care.